Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world.
What do you think of that, El? This is my perfect victory! That's right! I win!
Dance for us, monkey.
What?
Okay, that last one is unnecessary, but you get the point. Villains. They are the basic plot point every story where I refer to, then Mr. Villain 101 himself, Shigaraki. Shigaraki from My Hero Academia is quite a basic villain when you think about it. Not cause he wasn't a good villain, more like he just didn't bring much to the table that we haven't seen before. His goals are quite simply the same as every other shonen antagonist you see everywhere else in other anime, without really having unique qualities other than playing League of Legends. And yes, I mean
that League of Legends, this rage-inducing game.
But when it comes to anime villains, they come in a wide variety that has stood the test of time till now, like wanting to be more powerful.
If more strength is available, why wouldn't I take it?
Almost every villain falls into this category, but notably the Dragon Ball villains. How many times have you heard a Dragon Ball villain wanting to be more powerful or just getting stronger over and over and over again, to a point where even the main character decided, you know what, let me just follow in their footsteps, why not? Then Cell eats his siblings and becomes an all-powerful being. Yeah, power-hungry villains will go through such strange lengths for power sometimes, I guess. Why did I watch this again? But for real though, this trope is genuinely boring and most of the time leads to the villain to have some other type of trope to make them seem more interesting or make their thirst for power more justified. In Shigaraki's case, he in the first few seasons was basically being spoon-fed by All For One when he came to the power department, especially since he was just a level 1 thug with only lackeys listening to him only because the big boss might get angry. So he basically was being babysat all the time until he started using his quirk more and got more destructive powers and basically had a quirk awakening, thus starting his path onto more power until we got this monstrosity.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, no. If this is how he intends to create a new world, then that's way too zesty for me. Oh, hell no. But when it comes to these type of villains, they usually start off as the I want power trope. Then the power gives them the ability to shape the world how they want, because they're stronger than everyone else in the verse. So the first one that comes to mind is Madara from Naruto. Madara is the one that comes to mind when you think of this trope, as he thought this world was unfair and full of corruption. So he basically decided, fuck it, I'm gonna make my own world and force all of you into it, cause I have the power and you don't. Take that type shit. Now, this trope is fairly interesting and has quite a lot of backstory potential, with the villains always getting treated like piss on the side of the road and people just walking up all over them. But more often than not, these villains become the thing they hate the most by forcing everyone into an unfair world, which they're trying to make a new world that's not fair. Do you see the parallels here? They're making a new, worse, corrupted world to replace the old one and says it's a better world, without any consent and practically just contributing to the whole corruption they are trying to prevent in the first place, by causing the corruption themselves. So yeah, this type of storytelling or narrative quickly becomes hypocritical than justice itself on some
I am justice! I protect the innocent and those who fear evil! I'm the one who'll become the god of a new world that everyone desires!
Get a load of this guy.
man, shut your ass up, bro. No one wants to hear that. Bro, get your goofy ass out of here, bro. On some
I am the god of this new world.
come on, bro.
How dare you take a warrior like my father!
Alright, I know what you're gonna say. I know Thorfinn might not be your first guess to this archetype, and also he might not be a villain, especially after the whole peak of the I have no enemies movement that we had a few years ago, but he fits this role so perfectly that I had to include him for this trope, and which is the revenge trope. Villains that fall under here are usually pretty badass and most of the time come from the same backstory as the previous trope. But these guys are even more hypocritical. And this is where Thorfinn comes into the picture, as he decides to go on a whole revenge arc cause they killed his father. And basically does the exact same thing that was done to his father, but to them and to other people. Which basically starts the whole hypocrisy cycle all over again as he slaughters his enemies. When it usually comes to villains like this plot can get very repetitive cause it becomes a kind of loop where character 1 kills character A, and then character B gets angry and then kills character 1. Then character 2 gets angry and then kills character B. Then character C gets angry and then from there we start losing the plot. So I do get revenge stories are some of the best stories told in fiction, but then it can quickly go south unless one of the characters chooses peace. But then that makes the fans angry and sad because now the character that chose peace is seen as a pussy now. And so the fans aren't happy and the writers just can't win. I'm sorry writers, no matter what you choose, there's always gonna be someone out there who just watches your anime or your story and it's just sad and then you have to deal with it. Sadly.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
And my day is ruined.
But hey, maybe I should destroy my 4th grade math teacher's life because she gave me a failing mark on my test that I didn't study for. Surely destroying her life will make mine better, right? Right? Huh? Or maybe I'll just do it for fun, just like the next trope of evildoers. Yeah, nah, this guy is on some serious crack. Villains in this category are just straight demons. They are the pinnacle of rage quitting and ranked match in Brawlhalla, or losing all your progress in getting over. These guys just do it for the love of the game, to be honest with you. No hate, no backstory, just pure evil and straight bodies. And don't get me started on the aura these guys carry. I know, yes, I know, the word aura is dying and it's not gonna make sense in 10 years from now. But still, these guys do have this type of trolling for no reason and just for shits and giggles. And if the demon I'm talking about wasn't obvious already and literally has been on screen, it's the Hellspawn himself, Kid. Bro is on some serious demon timing and not even letting anyone live in peace. So much so that he even went to heaven to finish off the people that he already killed back on Earth just for a round 2. Bruh, this guy's a monster. The times I can say Shigaraki is remotely like this is when he gets all for one for the first time and starts bodying the entire cast and almost all the extras in the show without even giving it a second thought. So yeah, I would say this is not a good trope for a villain, but I would say it's the best trope for monstrosities to humanity. Next up, we have the villains who are similar to the revenge type, but they have one key difference. They only want smoke with specific groups of individuals. Anyone else, they couldn't give more shits about, honestly. And let alone just give them the time of day just to even fight them, unless you oppose them directly.
This is our chance to purify humanity.
Yeah, Tsukasa from Dr. Stone is that type of villain. Even though, yes, he's a good guy now, he had his moments in the villain spotlight during season 2. He basically wanted to nuke all of the adults in the world because they treated him and his sister like poor people and unfairly. So now in the Stone world where civilization basically got a restart or reboot, they want to kill all the adults and let the strong kids rule.
Are you planning to bring back all the greedy, black-hearted adults who ruined the world we came from?
Yeah, this trope can get pretty old fast, especially with how similar they are to the revenge trope. And they are just low-key racist, not gonna lie. You treated me unfairly and almost killed me. Now that gives me the right to be motivated to kill you and treat you guys the same way you did me. Haha! Oh, and don't get me started on how hypocritical this guy was, bro. He literally had the same adults that he wanted to eliminate in his empire in season 2. You can't tell me these are kids. There's no way you can tell me these are kids. There's no way. This looks like a middle-aged man who just lost his home or has a wife that he comes home to that literally just nags in his ear the whole day. Definitely an adult too. Like, I don't know if he said it or not, but he's definitely an adult. But anyways, villains like this truly feel like they've just lost the plot and are just low-key racist, to be honest with you. With the revenge label just slapped on top of them and just could have been told better, like in Obito's case.
Look at me! There's nothing in my heart! I don't feel pain any longer.
Obito from Naruto is one of the best examples of this influence/brainwash trope that Shigaraki has also went through, with All For One brainwashing him and grooming him from a young age and putting his ideals into him and becoming the perfect villain of hatred so he could take over his body as a successor. Obito easily falls into this category of villains as, thanks to Madara Uchiha's influence that we talked about earlier, he basically became the successor to Madara's ideals, and this trope is, in my opinion, the hardest to pull off in some places due to their careful execution. You need to introduce the pawn and make the audience think that villain deeds are of their own volition and their own doing, while also having their own motives for doing so that later the reveal of the mastermind behind their whole entire reason they're doing everything they do, so it becomes a more shocking reveal than instead of the fans just somehow figuring out somewhere along the way and seeing it from a mile away. Like All For One giving decay to Shigaraki when he was still a young child and causing him to kill his own family. And this basically led him onto the path of becoming a villain, as now he didn't even know how to control his quirk, and the only way this trope gets even more interesting is if the pawn disobeys or defies the master's goal and decides to do it their own way, which was what Shigaraki was doing, as he didn't want to be taken over by the vessel to become the power line for All For One's endeavors, and decided to go the way he wanted to use his power and basically reach his individual goals. And yet we still got to this end.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Oh my days, I don't know why, man. Maybe Shigaraki should have just gone back to being All For One's pawn or lapdog. What the hell, man? I can't get this clip out of my mind. But hey, that's just me. And that right there is the main villain tropes explained. There are some tropes that I left out because they were just too niche and not enough big villains in it to be a full trope that I can include for the respective series. But what do you think? Which is your favorite villain trope in the storytelling department, and how did you enjoy it? If you would like to share, of course, in the comments, write it down, and I would like to get your feedback. Overall, if you did enjoy the video, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel. If you want to support, it really helps out a lot, as I'm still relatively new and this is only my second video. And I don't really have a posting schedule yet because I'm really busy with school sometimes, but I'll try and at least get 2 to 3 videos out per month, hopefully. And yeah, consider subscribing, and if you like the video, check out the other one I made. And that's me. I'm Alex Nagama, and peace out.